All right, so today I want to talk about the period and frequency conversation and continue that relationship with a cool idea that I was kind of shown a couple days ago. Um, and this kind of has to do with the relation of oscillations and revolutions and why they can be represented in looking at each other. And this is just kind of an idea thing. But I want you to imagine that you have a microwave or even a rotating plate. So if you look at a microwave and you look at it purely from the side angle, right, you have the dish in the middle that spins. But if you look at it just from the side angle and you set your food on one side, then all you're going to see is the object move back and forth and back and forth. So like this. But if you looked at it from the top, you would see your food and it would be spinning around and around. And this is kind of how we have a relationship between an oscillation and a revolution, because they're kind of the same thing. And then our oscillations, we know that if we put it on a time graph, it's going to create a sine wave looking function that looks like this. And the way this is represented is that this x-axis is time, and this, we have our amplitude here, and all this other, and period, once again. So period is just getting back to the same point. This would be our period, or how many times, or how much time it takes to get from one cycle and get back to it. And so that's why we have this period frequency relationship. But we create this sine wave by, if I'm just move my hand here, and I'm going to push my paper, if I just move my hand like this, and then I move my paper, by just moving my hand like this, and moving my hand, because my hand's only moving this way in an oscillation, but if we extend that into the time world, it creates a sine wave looking function. And so that's kind of how we get this circle relationship, and remember that sine functions are related to the unit circle as well in trigonometry. So that's kind of, this is why oscillations and revolutions have a relationship. It's this idea that if we're going back and forth, there is something cyclical going on. And that's just something really neat that we looked at.